Hey guys, Aaron with Grizzly Wood Services. For those of you guys returning, welcome back. For any of you guys that are new to my channel, welcome and thanks for joining in. You may see a little bit of wood behind me here. Cleanup and the use of a Pickaroon, Hookaroon, Sappy, hooky thingy, or whatever you guys prefer to call it, or as another YouTuber calls it, the old Shin stabber. Hope you guys enjoy the video. So right here I've got two different sizes. This one's about a small medium. This one is probably the largest Hookaroon, Pickaroon I've found yet. These are both made by Oxhead or Ochsenkopf, as they say in German. This large one here to me appears to be primarily meant for logging. Grabbing out, reaching real far. I found that it works best for manipulating large pieces of wood. You guys have probably seen in my other videos where I was busting up some of that really gnarly stuff. Some of it was straight cut and not real nice rounds. I don't have the luxury of a tractor to pick stuff up for me, and I found that this guy right here actually worked extremely well for rolling those logs versus me, basically partaking in some CrossFit activities, kind of like flipping tires. So it works real well for hooking and pulling towards you and getting those big awkward pieces moved around. This one has a little bit better shape to it for poking and stabbing the wood. I haven't done a whole lot of that with this one. I primarily use it for manipulating around the press. I've got a shorter handle one, about 16 inches. This one is 60 centimeters, which I think is about somewhere in the range of 24 inches. But it's, for me, reaches down, about foot level. So the intention is to pick up some of the splits that are on the ground, and hopefully we'll see some of this stuff get picked up with it as well. If not, we'll at least see how well this works for moving this stuff around. What's laying here is the holly tree that I cut down a little bit over a year ago. That's in one of my other videos. It's fairly dry now, so it's not terribly heavy. Back when I first cut it down, it had a lot more water in it, so you guys enjoy. Not that this thing's really necessary for this stuff. That 24-inch would work just fine, but just a quick demonstration how easy that is. Obviously this one is pretty round, so it rolls easy enough, but just imagine one that's square cut. You can see the base of the trunk possibly over there. That guy right there was the very bottom. It flares out. This one does not roll very well. But you guys can see how easy it is to redirect and really get this stuff moving pretty good. If anybody was wondering, I did try hand splitting some of this stuff, and even a year later it is damn near impossible to whack through. I'm really impressed by American holly. Before cutting this down and dealing with it, I really didn't know a whole lot about it.
Not sure how this will work for picking this up, I'll give it a whack. Step for the hole there. The steps I made a fire pit years back, and apparently I just found it.
as you can see, these work pretty well for picking stuff up, larger rounds, smaller rounds. Just kind of depends on the hook profile. Unfortunately, I do not own the same one that I sent to Phil, so I'm not exactly sure what the profile is on it. You can see his has a pretty aggressive hook on it, which matches closer to my 16-inch. And that size works great for picking up small wood. As you can see, I think that was maybe 14 or 16-inch round that I was able to grab with these. Still work pretty good. Obviously the bigger one's got the bigger hooks, so that works pretty well on that too. Alright, there you go. That's that pile. All that holly I just moved, just using those picaroons. I know the smaller one I was able to find on Amazon. The larger one, the only place I was actually able to find that was, I believe it's House of Tools. And I want to say it took, or not took, it was around the $124 mark. If you've got machinery, is it worth it? I'd say it probably still is, because it gives you the ability to move your rounds out of your machinery and onto your splitter, more so than the smaller stuff. You know, if you're working single man, it could really really do wonders for you. So here's a little bit closer look at the large Hookaroon. The label from Ochsenkopf is actually in German. They call them a Sappie. This one's about 1,100 grams, so it's a little bit over a kilo. Zum Verstücken und Ziehen von Baumstamen für einen besseren Halt bei geformten Holz mit, I'm sorry, my German's a little rusty, with a 110 centimeter handle. 110 centimeters I think is about 44 odd inches, if I remember measuring it correctly. Gives it pretty good leverage. So basically, the way this translates is it's telling you it's for sticking, verstücken, to stick or to move logs, or to better help you move logs. A direct German-English translation is a little bit rough, because of the way the sentence structure and wording is. And this one, hand sappy, pretty easy translation there. Nothing, you know, insane. 60 centimeters, you know, somewhere around, you know, the 2 foot mark. Basically, zum Bewegen means to move. Aufnehmen means to pick up. Von Holz und kleineren Baumstaben. So basically, to move or to pick up wood and smaller branch stems. So, my German's a little bit rusty. It's been a long time since I've used it, but I can still read it and translate it somewhat. So, gives you guys a good idea. This one's a 500 gram. So it's half a kilo. I don't remember what the exact calculation is for the different change in the weight. The profile on this thing is pretty good. You know, you guys saw me stick it and pick up pieces of wood. This one's a lot girthier. Sorry, we got F-22s flying over again. Now I don't remember exactly what kind of wood they use in the handles. I believe it's ash. I don't believe it's hickory or anything like that. Esha, right there. I believe that, if I recall, that stands for ash. I have picked up a little bit of dings on the front end of this. Not so much on the big one, but I've knocked a few larger dents in this one, you know, simply not paying attention to what I'm doing. As you guys noticed, you know, the hand swells are enameled. I have not found that that's really been much of an issue. You know, for me, you know, if it was an axe, I would probably sand it off. I've got a axe set made by Helko Works, the Forester set, and that's similarly treated. You know, it's got the enamel with the painted handles, and I found that, you know, you blister up faster because it's not as smooth. But I've not found that issue on these hookaroons, or as the Germans call them, the Sappies. Alright guys, just a quick comparison on the hookaroons. I'm testing a new piece of equipment. I finally got all the parts to the microphone. We'll see how this works out. So as you guys can see, the big one there, that one's the larger one you see me use earlier. We got the small, medium, we've got a small, and then we've got the little Fiskars there. This is a 4-foot table, so that large one's almost 4 feet. Now this Forester one is a bit odd. The markings on it, tell us it's 550 grams, about 1.25 pounds, 28 inches of Swiss ash handle.
What is that?
Now I don't know about you guys, but that doesn't look like 28 inches. I measured it and it comes out to, if you measure just the handle, it's 15 inches from the head. Sorry for the shaking, my daughter is playing with the stand. And we've got the Fiskars XA2. We're going to give that guy a try. That just showed up yesterday. Alright guys, yesterday I talked about, or I'm sorry, not yesterday, in the other video I talked about, I talked about profiles on the hooks. This larger one, it's a bit thicker on the end. Gemma, stop. The smaller one, you can see it's got more of a hook. It's thinner, comes to more of a point. And then the short little Fiskars, it's very thin, very lightweight. If this thing's 1/2 pound, I'd be surprised. We'll try that out here in a minute. Yeah, you can help. You can pick up some of the small stuff if you like. No, you can't use this guy. It's too dangerous. You'll poke yourself. No, you'll poke yourself in the shin. But you can pick up some of the small stuff. See, like this thing's, some of these really small pieces are a bit too light, or you can't get a good bite on them with this larger one. You want to grab some small pieces with your hands? You can't use the hookaroon there, buddy. No, you can't use it, because if you hurt yourself, Mommy would be really mad at me.
No.
Alright, we're going to put this one back and get a different one. Alright, you can see some of that gnarly stuff that's going in the bin. And just some of these small chunks. They're pretty easy to pick up with the Hookaroon. But I found that sometimes you end up just shooting them all over the place too.
No.
Alright, some of this stuff is straighter and stackable. The stuff on this pallet over here,
No.
not so much.
Daddy.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, well, pick up some of this with your hands, buddy. I'm just trying to show him how this tool works. See? You can pick up stuff like that, buddy. With your hands. Jim, are you hiding behind the cart? Hey, don't play with that. Careful. What's wrong, buddy? Did you get a splinter? Where? Mwah. All better?
Thank you.
You are welcome, buddy. Nope, that one we can stack. We're gonna put this one right there.
No.
Oh yeah. Hey, Gemma, that one can go over here too. Right there. Good job. No. Don't move. Gemma, leave it alone. Leave it alone, buddy.
Okay, how do we put this one? Right there also. Hey, Gemma, you want stuff like this. Yes! Good job, that one goes over there. Yep, that one goes in there. I think we've got enough stuff out of this one. Let's put it over there. You check it? Let me see. There you go.